Upon observing a young girl pilfering from her shop, a woman trailed her, hopeful of uncovering her destination. However, what she unearthed shattered her heart, evoking immediate tears. Kaylee Collins had been the proprietor of her grocery store for numerous years. Customers flowed in and out, purchasing their necessities, and over time, she had acquainted herself with many of them. She could easily recognize nearly every individual who frequented her shop, which is why something piqued her interest one particular day. While busily replenishing the shelves one morning, Kaylee spotted a petite 5-year-old girl at the far end of an aisle. Prior to that week, she had never laid eyes on this girl. Yet for the past few days, the youngster had appeared consistently at the same time, gathering remnants from the charity bin situated at the front of the store, then swiftly departing with her arms laden. Initially, Kaylee pondered whether the girl was accompanied by a parent or guardian. However, the more she observed her, the clearer it became that she was unaccompanied. Despite her solitary state, the young girl was consistently well-dressed, appearing unlike someone in dire need of charity provisions. This prompted Kaylee to approach her one day, inquiring why she was acquiring food when others might require it more urgently. With a gentle smile, the store owner cautiously approached the girl, introducing herself. "Hello there, my name is Kaylee. I've noticed you here quite often. What's your name?" The child appeared apprehensive, her cheeks flushing crimson as if caught in wrongdoing. After a brief pause, she tentatively asked if it was permissible to take items from the charity bin. "Could I have a bag, please?" she added, casting pleading eyes towards Kaylee. Smiling warmly at the timid youngster, Kaylee reassured her, "Of course, sweetie, you may." But before the shopkeeper could get any more words out of her mouth, the little girl spun around and got to work filling her bag with all kinds of things inside the charity bin. Taken aback, Kaylee frowned before asking a simple question. "You know, if you need help, you can ask me. Are you alone at home? Where's your mom and dad?" But the little girl seemed to not hear her, or at least she pretended not to. Kaylee just watched as she put more and more food items into her bags. Once they were full, the girl turned back to Kaylee and simply said, "Sorry, I have to go," before quickly scurrying off down the street. There was something very strange about the whole situation, and that's why Kaylee decided to keep a closer eye on this girl if she ever came back. And surely enough, the very next day, she was there at the bin again collecting leftovers. Kaylee knew that it was time to investigate a little further, so she made herself look busy as she waited for the girl to finish collecting her food. As the girl turned to leave, Kaylee quietly asked her colleague to watch the store for a while, and she quickly followed the girl out of the shop. She climbed into her car and followed the girl from a safe distance. She didn't want to arouse any suspicion or let her know that she was tailing her. The little girl strolled through the streets, swinging the bag of things she had just taken from the store. She certainly wasn't with anyone, though. No one paid attention to the lonesome 5-year-old girl walking along. Eventually, she turned into an alley. Kaylee quickly parked her car and hopped out, following her at a distance. She noticed the girl a little further ahead, taking another turn down a darker and even more narrow alley. It was all very weird, and Kaylee felt strangely concerned and worried. Eventually, the girl came out of the alley onto a dark and grim-looking street. It looked like a very nasty and dangerous part of town. She then crossed a small field, almost disappearing in the long and unkempt grass. But from her safe distance, Kaylee saw her arrive at a house, or rather a garage. The door opened, and Kaylee strained to see what was in there. There appeared to be a boy who looked even younger than the girl and a small dog that did not look healthy at all. Suddenly, the girl spun around and caught sight of Kaylee watching them, rushing towards them as they pulled the garage door shut. Kaylee told them that she wasn't there to hurt them and that she was just there to help. "That's why I'm waiting for you to come out. I can come inside if I want, but I don't want to scare you, okay?" There was a long pause before the girl finally spoke up, saying, "No, we're not coming out. You will call the police. Please go." Kaylee let out a little laugh and reassured the children that she would not call the police. After another few moments of silence, the door once again slowly opened. This time, there was just the girl there and no one else. "Where are the little boy and the dog?" Kaylee asked her. The small girl looked over her shoulder, and tears started to well up in her young, innocent eyes. "Please don't take them away from me. I'm Steven's big sister. My mommy told me to look after him. My name is Ellie. We also have a dog. His name is Timmy." Kaylee asked why they were in the garage. Didn't they have a proper home to go to? Well, Ellie's answer started to explain things. The little girl started to speak, saying, "Mommy and Daddy went to the Angels, so we ran away from home and came here. Mrs. Anderson said that because Mommy and Daddy died in a fire, the police will get us and send us to a new place. But I don't want that. It happened 2 weeks ago. We were playing outside, and then there was a fire truck in our house. Mommy and Daddy were taken to the hospital, but they never came back." It was Kaylee who now had tears in her eyes. They started to fall thick and fast. She felt awful for the poor children and fully understood why they were coming to her store and taking the food. But Kaylee couldn't just leave the kids there. So she told them to come with her, promising to look after them and take Timmy, the dog, to the vet. Ellie seemed to trust Kaylee and slowly nodded, only agreeing to come if she wouldn't be split up from Steven and Timmy. Slowly but surely, Steven emerged from a dark corner of the garage, holding the poorly looking dog. Kaylee took them straight back to her house, where her shocked husband, Aaron, was waiting. Aaron suggested that they call the police, but Kaylee told him that she had made a promise not to. For the next 2 weeks, she scoured the newspapers and local internet groups to see if anyone was on the hunt for these 2 children and their dog. Sadly, it seemed that no one was, and no one seemed to care about them or want them. The Mrs. Anderson Ellie had talked about was an elderly neighbor and couldn't possibly take care of 2 young children on her own. Kaylee and Aaron found themselves at a crossroads. Although they had never envisioned having children of their own, perhaps fate had a different plan in store for them. It was evident that the siblings, Ellie and Steven, were in need of affection and care, and they flourished under the care of Kaylee and Aaron. However, a significant decision lay ahead. Fast forwarding a month, Aaron and Kaylee resolved to officially adopt Ellie and Steven. They'd also welcomed Timmy, who had recovered fully, into their home. Commencing the paperwork, the process proved lengthy, yet eventually, Steven and Ellie became legally theirs. Although their initial encounter had been unconventional, Kaylee and Aaron found immense joy in having the children as part of their lives. As for Ellie and Steven, they were elated to have found a nurturing home with loving parents, ensuring they would never again face deprivation or resort to scavenging charity bins outside stores. What do you think of this story? Let us know in the comments section. I hope you like it. Please give it a thumbs up and share it with your loved ones. Also subscribe and press the bell icon to never miss the update from our channel. Thank you.